Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you work, no matter how many hours you put in, you're never really getting ahead? You wake up Monday morning, go to school or college for years, pile on student loans, graduate, and then land a job where you work 5 days a week, or sometimes more, just to cover rent, bills, and the interest on your loans. You think you're making progress, maybe even building a future, but somehow, by the end of the month, it still feels like you've done nothing at all. You save a little here, invest a little there, and yet it's like the system keeps taking more than it gives. That's because the system wasn't built for you to escape it. It was built to keep people working, worrying, borrowing, and paying interest forever. And the more you participate, the more powerful it becomes for those at the top. Here's the part most people don't realize. This isn't just about debt or bad luck. The system is structured to keep you in constant stress, constant doubt, and constant dependence. It thrives on fear, uncertainty, and the pressure of having bills, loans, and responsibilities hanging over your head, making you feel like if you stop running, you'll fall behind. And that's exactly what they designed it to do. It's not personal, it's structural, built to keep ordinary people trapped while the wealth flows upward to a small number of institutions that control the money. Let's break it down in a way that hits home. Take student loans, for example. Society tells you, go to school, get a degree, get a good job. You borrow tens of thousands of dollars to pay tuition, and just like that, you're in debt before you've even earned your first paycheck. When you graduate, that debt doesn't magically disappear. You pay interest every month, sometimes for decades. And here's the kicker. While you're struggling to find stability, the banks and lenders are making money off your repayments, making them richer as you try to get ahead. It's like running a race where the finish line keeps moving further away. Now think about your job. Most people work the typical 5-day week, often in a role that doesn't fully use their skills, talents, or creativity, just to earn enough to cover basic expenses. And here's the harsh truth. In many cases, that 5-to-2 job only keeps you afloat. With inflation rising, the cost of living going up, and debt piling up, your paycheck often barely covers essentials like rent, groceries, and loan payments, leaving you squeezed at every end. You work long hours, maybe pick up side gigs, maybe sacrifice your health and free time. Yet the system ensures it's almost impossible to get ahead financially because the money you earn is constantly being pulled upward through taxes, interest, and fees. Your labor keeps the gears turning, but most of the benefit flows to the top. Then there are mortgages. You might buy a house, maybe even your first one, and for a moment it feels like freedom. But in reality, you're entering another layer of debt. Every month, you pay interest to the bank, and for the first several years, most of your payment isn't building equity, it's lining the bank's pockets. Even if you think of your house as an investment in your future, the reality is that the debt is structured so the bank benefits more than you. Your home, which should feel like security, becomes another form of collateral that ties you to the system, just as government debt ties nations to interest payments. And let's talk about pensions. You might think, I'm saving for myself. I'll be financially secure when I retire. But a large portion of your contributions is invested in bonds, government debt, and other assets that are part of the same system designed to benefit institutions rather than you. That means your own money is being used to fund interest payments to the wealthy, corporations, and banks, while you're just trying to stay on top of your own finances. Even when you're saving for the future, the system is set up so that your money first flows upward, keeping the machine running for everyone else. I can't cover everything in one video, so drop a comment about what you'd like to learn next. A huge part of understanding money and how it really works is explained in The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Check the links in the description. Buying the book also supports the author. Let's visualize this. Imagine you're on a treadmill. You're running, sweating, pushing hard, and yet no matter how fast or how long you run, the treadmill keeps moving under you, and you never reach the finish line. That's what debt does. It keeps you in motion, paying and working, but it never lets you truly get ahead. Student loans, mortgages, taxes, credit cards, car loans, they're all belts on that treadmill. You run, and someone else gets richer with every step you take. Even credit cards show the same pattern. You might think, I'll buy now, pay later, but interest compounds. Minimum payments are designed to keep you paying longer. The system encourages borrowing and spending because every dollar you pay in interest flows upward to institutions that benefit from your work, not you. Your money is always working harder for someone else before it works for you. And here's a layer most people don't notice. Modern society constantly pushes the cult of consumption. Everywhere you look, media, advertising, social media influencers, movies, and even friends are telling you what to buy, how to look, what to wear, what to drive, what phone to have, what lifestyle to chase. It's a subtle but relentless pressure. If you don't follow the trends, don't buy the right brands, don't keep up, then somehow you're falling behind, invisible, or even failing. That pressure keeps people borrowing, spending, and feeling insecure, making them dependent on a system that profits from the very fear it creates. You're not just paying interest on loans. You're paying for validation, status, and belonging that someone else is defining for you. The bigger picture is scary, but it's also predictable. Just like governments borrow money they can never repay, individuals are set up to borrow more than they can realistically handle. Education loans, mortgages, car loans, credit cards, they all feed the same cycle, tying you to a life of working to pay interest instead of building real freedom. Even your retirement funds, which you hope will give you independence, are part of the structure that ensures others profit from your labor first. So when you look at your life this way, it finally makes sense why so many people feel trapped, exhausted, and stuck in the same cycle. It's not just bad luck or poor planning, it's the design. You're part of a structure that was created to keep labor, debt, and interest flowing in predictable ways. You're on the treadmill, and the belts around it, loans, bills, pensions, mortgages, keep you moving without letting you step off fully. The good news is, once you understand how it works, you can start making conscious choices to reduce debt, understand where your money is going, and find ways to work smarter, not just harder. And here's the most important part. The only real way to break out of this matrix is by building freedom in 3 areas: your location, your time, and your money. Being free to live and work where you want, on your own schedule, with financial independence, is the only way to step off the treadmill entirely. And yes, it's possible, but it requires strategy, knowledge, and action. That's exactly what we dive into in our videos, showing you how to gain independence and finally escape the system that's been keeping you trapped. So if you want to understand how the system works, how to protect yourself, and how to actually gain freedom, make sure to subscribe and follow along, because this is the kind of knowledge they don't teach in school. If you want to get out of debt and think about money differently, I highly recommend reading these 2 books, along with other books linked in the description. These books dig into how money and the economy really work, showing you the system from the inside. It's the best investment you can make in yourself because understanding this stuff gives you control over your finances, helps you make smarter decisions, and protects your future wealth.